I gotta put the little Shin-Chan there. I heard that I am live. Hello everyone, Retro Gaming Live TV, people in the audience. Slight change in the schedule right now. We're having some technical problems with Solar Striker, so here I am with Shin-Chan 4 for the Game Boy. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. You guys have been waiting long enough. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Let's rock. So here we are in Shin-Chan 4, which is probably the most notable platformer of the Shin-Chan series on Game Boy. Shin-Chan has 5 games on the Game Boy. 2 of them are mini-game party games centered. The first 2 are platformers with no lives at all, so if you die, you get to start the entire game over again. And Shin-Chan 4 somehow miraculously came through as probably one of the notable platformers of the series, and honestly probably one of the more coveted games for the Shin-Chan series on Game Boy, because it's probably one of the harder ones to find. We're going to try and do a 20-second pure mash here in stage 1. As we fly across the top of the screen, I don't get the chance to hold A or casually press A. I have to mash and vibrate my voice while doing this. This will skip a huge chunk of the final piece of the stage and give us a 1-up as a reward. Alright, so here we are into the first boss. So we gotta wait for the first boss to come in. What we're gonna try and do is get 2 hits in at the start here. Then Mr. Boss is gonna walk across the screen. We're just gonna shoot another nut at him. We missed the double hit right away. Not a big deal, just hit him real quick there and walk off screen. So here at the end of the stage, we get these slot machines or these arcades. We don't want to collect any coins because Shin will stop at each one of those arcades and ask if you want to play them. Obviously, we don't want to play any bonus games, so we are just going to move on. So we're going to try and go for the first sequence break here if we can get it, and we get it without having to needing the other power-up. So what you can do there, you can jump off the screen, and that pillar doesn't go up through the screen at all, so you can just jump over it and skip a whole section of the stage. Otherwise, what you could do is that you can get that chicken power up, and the chicken power up lets you jump a little bit higher, and you can just skip the stage that way. But there's no need to do that, so we're not going to. So here we go, we're going to shoot a few more nuts here to get through and into the final piece of stage 2. So a lot of this game is a lot of mashing and a lot of keeping your power up throughout the entire game. If you lose your we call it the Tanuki suit. If you lose your Tanuki suit, you're kind of in a bad way. But the nice thing about keeping your Tanuki suit is that there's no hit points in this game. So if I didn't have this suit and I would took a hit, just a raw damage hit as Shin-Chan or Shin, I would die. So having this suit gives us the ability of having a hit point. And the coin at the bottom that we saw that we collected also serves as a hit point. Hopefully we'll never have to use that coin. Hopefully we get to keep Tanuki throughout the entire run, but in the off chance that something snowballs, we'll keep it rolling. So here we're in stage 3, we're in the grocery store. The intended way to play this stage is to ride the shopping cart, but shopping carts are slow. They didn't oil the wheels very well. So as Shin, we just walk faster than the shopping cart and skip everything that this stage has to offer us. The hardest part of the stage is the stairs. As you can see right there, it's hard to get to the second step sometimes. The boss for this stage is kind of a nightmare though. So the boss for this stage is like a flying stuffed squirrel. The problem isn't so much the boss as it is the atmosphere of the boss, because you're like in a bouncy house, so you really can't control Shin all that well. here we got some Folly magazines, as you do in any grocery store back in the 90s. The darker blue magazines hurt you. So here what we're going to do is that we're going to do a safety dog. So the Whitey here, the dog, is a checkpoint. So if we were to die in the stage, we would start back at Whitey instead of the beginning of the stage. As far as Shin's friends go, we don't really get to see them all that much. We keep the power up and we try to stay away from the bonus games where Mossy and all those people are. But we do get to see Mossy and them in the credits. Here we go into the screen before the boss. There's an action bastard right there. And then as we progress through the screen here, we'll have some Game Boys in the background. Big old Game Boy kiosk. Then if you ever lost your Tanuki suit, there's a spare one right there, but it's actually kind of difficult to get because you have to bounce off that kid's head. So here we're going to do the bouncy room. So here we can see a bouncy room. And we have that one little platform there. So we're going to try and not get hit. We didn't get the double hit in off the squirrel right away, which is really unfortunate. But as long as we keep the suit, we'll be fine. If we do happen to lose the suit, there is a backup in the final stage, which is where we're going right now. There's Action Bastard, one of the few times we get to see him in the entire game. Alright, so now we're in the final stage of Shin-Chan 4. A very short game. So we're on a beach. We have some giant coconuts that want to crush Shin. And Shin is a master tree climber, if you didn't know that from before. Also, Shin is a master flyer in a Tanuki suit. But this stage here starts off as a vertical platformer, and it can get a little scary because the platforms are very short, and the enemies do come up to the edge on some of these platforms. And jumping on some of the platforms can be pretty gnar at times, simply because like those guys there, they shoot a party streamer, they shoot, or they throw. I guess you can shoot a paper airplane, but they throw paper airplanes. There's a lot of like where do I go segments into the stage as well too. So this stage can be a little bit of a pain in a speedrunning sense. But as long as you keep the Tanuki suit, you're probably going to be flying through most of it. The traditional way through this is to jump on those beach balls and use them to go across the water and jump onto the platforms, but we don't have time for that at all. So here we're going to float across the rest of the stage into the final boss fight. This final boss fight is kind of interesting and it's kind of a nightmare at the same time. He's going to come and climb the tree and put some coconuts across the vine here. So we position ourselves right here between the two coconuts. And for some reason, when Shin shoots, he has a delay, and you gotta wait. So now we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way, and jump on the dude's head, which I think takes 6 hits to hit him in the top of the head. And this is the final fight. Nothing too spectacular. If we kept the Tanuki suit, we could have done 3 double hits and taken them out. And since we didn't get a Whitey, if we die here, we gotta do the entire final stage over again. Which honestly might be for the best. Because then we can use the Tanuki suit. I don't even know where Whitey's at in this stage, honestly. I don't think I've ever died on this stage all that often. So I don't even know where the dog is at on this stage. Right, we're gonna get some backups here. We're gonna get some... So you guys get to see the chicken suit. So the special power with the chicken suit is that you can jump higher and you shoot eggs. Kid you not. Here you can see a missile egg right there. Maybe the only time I'll show off the missile egg. But I will climb through here quick. We'll be able to slightly overestimate on this one, but it is okay. We get to see the chicken. We don't get to see the bee though, which is really unfortunate. The bee doesn't have any special power-ups except it lets you go into smaller spaced places on the stage. All the bee does. The nice part about having knowledge of this game casually is that I do know where the power-ups are. So if you're wanting to go into speedrunning with a game that has power-ups in it, might I suggest you playing the game casually a few times and memorizing where the power-ups are. Because stuff like this doesn't happen. Okay. Drop your coconuts, let's go. Here we go. There's a double hit. There's a double hit. There should be one more after this. And then Shin gets to go hang out with his parents. I don't know what the story is behind this Shin-Chan game. I think Shin is supposed to go on vacation, then get lost, and that's time. Then got lost, and yeah. So that's Shin-Chan 4. Like I said, probably would have been quicker just to get the Tanuki suit. And Hiro is mad at Shin, apparently. So now you get to see Shin walk across the train, and meet up with his friends on top of the train. Not in like the coach section, but on top of the train. I don't understand the ending to this game. But that's Shin-Chan 4. And I will be right back again, and we'll be doing Rebel Saber 2 in Japanese, or better known as Max in Europe.